how's it going, Gon here? Do you like video game?
Play that!
Ah, gee, Scorpion, how long has it been? 6 months?
Ha! Nah, I only came here because your mental health is clearly deteriorating, and you need some good games in your life.
No, it hadn't.
No, you need some Tekken 3 in your life and play with the best of the best.
Alright, Aaron, I'll play Tekken with you. But first...
Tekken is my favorite fighting game franchise. No other game has a story like Tekken, no other game plays like Tekken, no other has King on their roster. Every fighting game is cool on their own way. Mortal Kombat has the gore and the characters, Street Fighter is the original fighting game with iconic characters in style, and then there's Guilty Gear doing its thing and being the best. But Tekken feels so unique and out there compared to everyone else, with silly characters, an overarching story, and 3D gameplay that not many fighting games use nowadays, and that's why it's my favorite. And today, we are revisiting my favorite game of the franchise, heck, it's everyone's favorite. It's Tekken 3. 2 years after Tekken 2, the sequel, Tekken 3 released in arcades in 1997 and the Sony PlayStation port in 1998. This game was praised hard when it came out, with some even calling it the best fighting game of all time, and to some people, this statement still stands. That goes to show how good this game is and how evolved the Tekken formula from the past 2 games in only 3 years. Most of the time, the arcade original is always better than the console port, but Tekken 3 is one of the few cases where that's not the case. With additional characters and exclusive modes, the PS1 version of Tekken 3 is the go-to version.
And we're playing that version. I bought this copy on a whim in 2021 and never touched it since.
Can you get into the f***ing fish?
On to Tekken 3.
Tekken 3 starts with an okay intro, it doesn't get me hyped like the last two. I honestly prefer the arcade intro, which is literally just the game's box art. But nothing beats the classic Tekken 2 intro with Heihachi's f***ing hilarious face. The story of Tekken 3 happens around 20 years after Tekken 2. Here we are introduced to Jin Kazama, Kazuya and Jun's son. He lived and trained with his mom till an ancient creature called the Ogre attacked and possibly killed Jun along with some other characters. Rip King 1, he was one wholesome character. And when finally he's all grown up, Heihachi alongside his buddy Ogre organized the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3. And with a chance of revenge, Jin enters the tournament to kill Ogre. Spoiler alert, Paul Phoenix of all characters won the tournament and dealt with Ogre, but Jin came in and killed True Form Ogre. Yay! Returning characters include Yoshimitsu, Nina Williams, Paul Phoenix, Lei Wulong, Heihachi Mishima and Anna Williams. And we also have new characters that assume the mantle of previous characters. For example, instead of Martial Law, we have his son Forest Law, which looks and acts like his dad, an amazing character that aside from spin-offs, never returned to the series. The original king from Tekken 1 and 2 is no more after his death on the hands of Ogre, and now enter King 2. It's just King, gameplay and visual wise, but an interesting take on the character on the story department. Kuma 2 is Kuma's son, but that giant rat died between Tekken 2 and 3, and now we have an actual bear that doesn't look like a beaver. And this is the Kuma we see in the games to this day, so shout out to Tekken Kuma. And Jack 3 is Jack 3 times. Moving over to the newcomers, we have 11 new characters. Jin Kazama, Kazuya and Jun's son. Yeah, that's his full name. Ling Xiaoyu, Jin's love interest and the character with the best ending. Eddy Gordo, the funny capoeira man with an even funnier last name. If you know Portuguese, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dr. Boskonovic, an old man that I just refuse to unlock. Brian Fury, a cyborg maniac that I can't look the same way after Tekken 8. This community, man, I gotta tell ya. Ogre actually has 2 variants, Ogre and True Form Ogre, and one more uglier than the other. Cool, Vanilla Ogre is just better in my opinion. Julia Chang is the daughter of Michelle Chang from the previous 2 games, and she works pretty much just like her mother. I could have included her with characters like Forest and Kuma, but the later games changed her so much that she became its own thing. And then we have Mokujin, simply the best character in the entire game and possibly the entire franchise. A character that looks funny, acts funny and mimics other characters. Sign me up, this is the kind of stuff I want. But if you play on PS1, you can unlock Gon. That's right, me.
You're not in Tekken.
Not yet, maybe when my imaginative company shuts down I will.
Gon is the titular character from the manga series, Gon, about a little dinosaur and his shenanigans. I don't know, I never read it. But, from my understanding, is the most powerful character in all of Tekken. Good to share the same name as this guy. Here on the console version we have two new modes, Tekken Ball and Tekken Force. Tekken Ball is a personal favorite of mine, that's why I was thrilled when it returned in Tekken 8. It's a very simple game mode. It's basic beach volley, but you attack and launch ultimate combos to a volleyball. The match ends when someone loses its life bar. It's a fun mode and a breath of fresh air compared to the regular arcade mode. And then there's Tekken Force. I'm not a fan of this one. It's a side-scrolling game where you fight the Tekken Force military in 4 stages. I only played it to unlock Bosconovich, and look where it went. At least it gave chicken.
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 Just play the damn game.
Got it. Here we go. Arcade mode. The classic never misses, and here in Tekken 3 is better than ever. First off, the gameplay got a major upgrade. The difference between Tekken 1 and this is night and day. This plays and feels like a modern fighting game. It's awesome. And fuck, I don't talk about game's soundtrack very often, but this game is full of bangers. Jesus.
What do you mean you don't talk about it very often? I've only heard you talk about one game before.
Now that I think about it, who are you talking to when we're not around?
The wall.
The f***, dude?
These endings go pretty hard. Honestly, I don't know what's better, Mokujin's realistic ending or Law's goofy ass ending. Oh, and how could I forget about Heihachi's ending where he throws his grandson out of an helicopter? Bro never learned from Kazuya. Tekken 3 is just a definition of peak gaming. I don't know how Namco did it, but they made an absolute timeless game and not many games can do that. This game is the fighting game. Shaq Fu is second fiddle, I guess, I don't know, never played it. If I had to recommend one Tekken game to start it all, this is the one. It was my first Tekken and it turned me into a huge fan, so I have a sweet spot for this one.
And that's basically all I have to say about Tekken 3, even though all I described was from my last experience 3 years ago.
Dude, we didn't even press start.
Yeah, and after that stupid nostalgia critic the wall joke, I don't think I want to play with you anymore.
I think you should stay locked here, Gon.
Yeah, it was painfully unfunny!
Oh, sorry it didn't work out. It's a great game.
Well, that was certainly a Tekken 3 talk through. Damn, I kinda regret not playing it. Those graphics look cool.
That's why we need you, Scorpion. That clan needs your help.